Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Spill the Tea episode 80, which you know what it means, another English episode. I never look forward to English episodes. They scare me a little bit. Like, imagine you have to talk to yourself in another language for 40 minutes straight, okay? Even for me, like, of course for me, I don't know what the heck I'm doing, and I'm nervous, but I'm also really, really happy that we have hit 80 episode. We are so close to 100. I'm going to think of something fun to do at episode 100. Okay, it's going to be fun. So look forward to that. Little life updates. Okay, not really like an update, but like a little update. Lately, I have been binge watching How I Met Your Mother, which is this really famous America soap opera thingy. It's kind of like Friends. It's like almost as famous as Friends, but it's the year that they made it is like 10 years after they made Friends. So it's a bit new, like closer to our generation, but not as new. The thing about this show is that I only saw like one season when I was like 19 or 20, and I hated it. Like I didn't understand why people love this so much. Like so many people say it's the GOAT. Okay, I did not get it. It was not my GOAT. I only seen one season, and that was it for me. But I don't know why lately I decided to rewatch it. You know, I started season 2, and oh my God, guys, I finally understand why this show is so amazing. But I'm not gonna ramp about it because I haven't finished it yet. So I'm just here to say, if you used to dislike How I Met Your Mother, give it another shot. Okay, maybe you were just too young, and maybe because I haven't met so many things back then, so I didn't really know what the heck I'm doing. But now, as an adult, I think I like it even more. So guys, yes, I highly recommend the show if you haven't seen it. Anyways, today we're going to talk about this huge ass topic. I don't even know why I come up with this topic. I don't even know where to start. I don't know how to end it. Like, it's a big thing. We're talking about dating apps. That's right, you guys. We're talking about Tinder. We're talking about Bumble. We're talking about Hinge. Okay, we're going to talk about a lot of them. And truth is, I don't even know where to start because, God, I kind of hate to admit this. I've been using these apps on and off for many years. Okay, I'm telling you, many years. Since I was like 18 or 19, I started using these apps. Now, before we get started onto my opinions and thoughts on dating apps, just a little reminder before we get started, okay? I'm not here to tell you to download dating apps or not. Like, if you want to use it, use it. You don't, then don't. Really, like, I'm not here to recommend these apps or disrecommend them at all. Okay, I'm just here to share a little bit of my opinions and some of the thoughts that I have. So if you have like misleading opinions on dating apps, here are some of the things that I've known for using it for almost 5 years. It's a bit pathetic, but because I used it on and off, so like in total it's not that many. Okay, but sure, I used it a lot. Now, it all started when I first entered uni, right? So I think I've told you guys the story many, many times ago. I have told you guys the story many, many times before. I used to be super ugly, okay, when I was in high school. I was this ugly kid, but I was funny. Okay, so I was popular. I was pretty popular back in high school. The only problem was I was just ugly, okay? And then after I got into college, I had money because I was working part-time jobs. And I can finally wear my own outfits because I know how to, dress myself and make myself look good instead of stuck in these fucking ugly uniforms back in high school. So I was prettier. And so now guys should hit on me. Okay, like, should I not date someone? However, that did not happen in real life. Nobody wants to talk to me. And for all these years, if I didn't use dating apps, I wouldn't have met anyone. And that's the truth. That's the reality. It's just that in the real world, I cannot meet anyone. So yes, this is the good thing. One of the pros that I'm going to say about dating apps is it helped you to meet a lot of people that you did not have the opportunity to meet. So not because I always stay at home. I always go out. See, I drink. I have the most fun. I have many, many friends. Like 60% of my friends are dudes or guys, and guys have guy friends, and then guy friends have guy friends. So normally it should be easy for me to meet new people, but that did not happen. Nobody liked me, and I never liked anyone. So that's the thing with me. Like, I don't really date people from the same group or like friend of a friend. Okay, I've tried it before. It was shit. It was total disaster. So I do not recommend. But dating app was like a fun way to like meet new people. So for me, my theory is when I meet new guys, on the streets or whatever, I always give out this bro-ish vibe. Even if I'm into them, I give out this vibe. And I don't know why. I think it's a way for me to protect myself because growing up, a lot of guys laughed about my appearance. And like in front of my face because like I said, I was funny. So people make fun of me. People say jokes about me and I act like it doesn't matter, but actually it broke me. Okay. It tore me apart. I just pretend that I didn't care. I cared. So my way of dealing with this is to be bro-ish with everyone. So if I'm bro-ish with everyone, everybody's my bro, then we don't got to deal with this romance type shit because I will be scared if you're not into me or if you don't find me attractive in the first place. However, if we become bros, it doesn't matter if I'm attractive to you or not because we're bro. So that was kind of like how I dealt with meeting new guys. That's what I do. So as you can imagine, because of that, I cannot start a romantic relationship in real life because that's just how I do it. However, if I use dating apps, then I will at least know that this guy is somewhat interested in me or find me attractive because they swipe right. Now, if you are from, I don't know, the Stone Age and you don't know how to use dating apps, basically you see all these profiles of guys or girls or whoever you're dating, then you swipe right. It means you like them. If you don't like them, you swipe left. So if both of you swipe right, you will have a match and then you can get a chance to talk to each other and then move on from there, okay? So when I match with somebody, at least I know that this guy is interested in my face. That was like the main point of using dating apps back in the days. Now, this used to be me like 3 years ago, okay? I'm not like this anymore, but back in the days, that was the only way to tell if a guy was interested in me because I was so low in confidence that I'm so sure that in real life, nobody's gonna really like me when they see me for the first time. I don't know why I have all these thoughts, but using dating apps was just easier for me. Like, we matched. I like your appearance. You like my appearance. And I'm going to be honest. I think I look pretty similar to my photos. So no one has ever told me that I look different. Also, a lot of people from TikTok will come up to me and say hi in real life. So I guess it means that I look the same. Okay. So that is why I started using dating apps and how I met a lot of dudes from the app. Now, I do want to remind all the girls out there, it's about the intention of using dating apps. If you are someone like me, okay, back in the days, I was just about to have fun. So I want to meet new people. I want to meet cute guys. We don't got to be anything serious. That was me back in the days. Because in our society, we tend to think that dating apps are bad, are only for hookups and for unserious relationship. Nothing serious is going to happen on dating apps, which I will soon realize that I was wrong. However, back in the days, or at least in our society, that's what we all believe, right? So for like 3 years or whatever, how long, my intention on this app is just to meet fun people and have fun and go out. That was it. Like, I was not looking for anything serious. So are other 95% of the dudes on the app. So I'm here to remind all the girls out here, or any guys, if you want to meet people who want to have a serious relationship on the dating app, they do exist. There's just only a small fraction of it. And you need to have the ability to tell what intentions do they have. Are they here for a hookup, or do they really seriously are looking for somebody to get married? Okay. Like it differs a lot. So when you have the right intention and you know what the other person wants, you wouldn't get your heart broken so easily, for people on dating apps. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you can tell from the first second that you saw his profile that he is only here for one night stand, then don't expect him to be a total gentleman. Like, that's not going to happen, right? So what I'm saying is, when you're using these apps, make sure you be careful, okay? Watch where you're going and always be super mindful for your intention. Now, nothing wrong with the people who want to have fun on dating apps. I think it's an amazing way to have fun. See, you meet all these people, you don't even got to get out of the house. And for me, like, sure, I like to go out, but it's not my favorite thing to do ever. And it's scary to like talk to strangers. I'd rather talk to someone online before meeting them in person, just to see that the vibe matches, So for me, it's easier to, it's less effort for me. This brings out the second point. because it's so effortless, because you spend zero cost. It is so easy to find a person after another, after another, after another. So you also gotta be, I guess, confident while using these apps, because people will ghost you 90% of the time when you don't have anything to say. Like you'd have like a match, but trust me, you would have like 100 matches and maybe only 95 of them will even talk to you, because that's what it is on dating apps. You can only find conversations when both of you have the same interest in a conversation. But to remind you again, both of you are strangers. So it's going to be super difficult, at least for me. I think for anybody who uses dating apps before, you will know how difficult it is to talk to strangers online. So honestly, for all the guys that have dated on dating apps before, thank you for not being weird. Thank you for talk to me and have similar interests with me so that we can eventually go out. Now, even though I said that talking online it costs less effort, but I still 100% believe that the only way for you to find out if you actually like him or not is to go out with him. So girls, I have one suggestion, okay? If this dude doesn't ask you out in the time span of 2 weeks, ghost him, okay? We don't have that much time. Like, if you don't see this person in real life, I don't understand how you're supposed to actually know him. Like, for me, texting is easy. Texting is effortless, but it literally means nothing. Like, before you see someone in real life, it means nothing. Like, those words means nothing. You need to see them in real life. That's what I've been seeing a lot of problems in all these Taiwanese guys, my fellow Taiwanese people. Like, I don't get why the guys never ask you out. Like, it will take them more than a month to ask you out. Now, texting for a month is way too long, because what are you going to talk about? There's nothing to talk about. But if you meet in real life, it's going to be so much more fun. You can see this person right in front of you. You can see what he looks like, what his vibe feels like, what he likes to eat. If you go out for dinners or whatever to have fun, like, you need to feel a real person in front of you. We're not robots. We need to see them in person. Okay, so girls, do not waste your time. And guys, if you're listening to this, ask the girl out if you like her. Okay, ask the girl out, plan a date so you can, save each other's time. Like, imagine if you've been talking to this guy for over a month and then you see him in person and realize you don't like him in person. Like, that is a huge waste of time. So for me, we always got to go chop, chop, chop. We got to go fast. Okay, literally ask me out quick, because I don't got time for that. That's a huge difference that I've noticed when I went to Linden, because when I was in Linden for 3 weeks, I used Hinge a lot and I loved Hinge. Okay, so let's talk about Hinge for a little bit. Also, a little FYI. Sorry, guys. I know today's episode is going to be a little bit messy. I'm just going to talk about everything, because even though I did try to write a script for this episode, but I don't know how to start. I don't know how to do it. There's so many things I want to talk about. So I'm just going to talk about this and this and this and everything in a mess. Okay. Now, this is going to sound like a collaboration with Hinge, but it's not. Okay. So I think Hinge was based in UK. I'm not sure. But basically, it's this dating app that the Western people use it, because I don't think we can download it in Taiwan. It's banned or something. Like, it's not approved in our district for some reason, but we cannot download it. So if you are ever in the States, you are in Europe, girl, first things first, download Hinge. Now, why is Hinge better than all these other apps? Because Tinder, 95% of the people, okay, no, you know what? 100% of people on Tinder are for hookups. However, for Hinge, the biggest thing on Hinge is that the developer want people to actually meet real love on this app. So I think more people on Hinge are serious. Okay, so if you are somebody who wants something more serious, Hinge is a better option for you. Of course, there are still going to be a lot of people who want to do one night stands on Hinge. You just got to tell them apart, okay? So anyways, I used Hinge when I was in France 2 years ago when I was doing my exchange. Didn't meet anyone fun there in France. I don't know why. But when I was using it in Linden, everything changed. Okay, I met a lot of great people on Hinge. A lot of cute guys on Hinge also. If you've ever been to Linden and you and you have swiped Hinge in Linden before, girl, let me tell you, it was heaven. Okay, it was heaven. And I literally gotta say, there was this one time that I matched with this guy God damn, was he cute. He was so cute. He was tall. He looks like a model. He has one of those model face. And the first thing he said when we matched was, do you want to go on a date? And I love that. 0 time wasted. So he knows that we should not waste each other's time. See, I'm only there for 3 weeks. If you want to see me, you gotta go quick. You gotta move quick, okay? So this dude asked me out. We had a great time. And I remembered him telling me during this date, he said that if it wasn't for Hinge, he would never got the chance to meet me, which is so true. Because even if I get to see him like at a bar or in a club, I will never have the courage to walk up to him and be like, hey, how's it going? Can I get your number? I can never do that. However, because he's so cute, right? On Hinge, then I get the courage and I get a date with him, which turns out to be another date. So, hey, I was really lucky when I was using the app, okay? I also asked him during the date, I remember asking him, like, do you believe that you can find the love of your life on Hinge? He said yes. That's when I realized Hinge and dating apps, like the concept of dating apps was so different compared to Taiwan. Like in the Western countries, like they all kind of believe that it is possible to find love on dating apps because people are kind of serious on this app. And I find it so interesting because, like I said, in Taiwan, I don't think that's what people think, right? Our society tends to believe that this app is only for hookups. But in the Western culture, they kind of believe that you can find something serious on this app. And I also think that it is because I was in London, right? There are almost 9 million people living in London. And even though they have so many people there, most people who are like 20, 30, 40 years old, they just go to work and go to gym and then go back home. How are you going to meet new people? So dating app, like I said earlier, it's really like an effortless way for you to find people. And also you can find your type quickly and easily because you can see all their interests. You can see their pictures. And it's not just pictures. You can also put a lot of like bios and fun facts about yourself. Like you can really show people, tell people who you are. So for me, who has been on and off dating apps for a really long time, it's so easy for me to tell a person's vibe just through his photos. And I love all men, but I really gotta say, guys just don't know how to take pictures. So combined with all my past experience, I will confidently say this, that I do think guys are better looking in real life than they are on dating apps. Girls, I'm being super honest. If you think he's like a 5 on his dating app, ask him out. He will be like a 7. Okay, girls, 100%, especially the taller ones. Because when you see them in pictures, they always look short because they don't know how to take pics, okay? But when you see them walking to you looking tall and big and huge, then you'll realize, oh my God, I was so wrong. Because I went out on many dates with all the guys and there were only one dude who kind of catfished me. He looked the same like he did in the pictures, but he was like 10 pounds heavier. So that was kind of like a catfish. But other than that guy, all the other guys looked way better than they did in the picture. Trust me. Because, when we're walking on the streets, we always see cute guys. They're somewhere in town, right? On the streets, in the stores and whatever. However, when we're on dating apps, they're nowhere to be found. And that is because they do not know how to take pictures. Girls, let me tell you, they really, really, really don't know how to take pics. Even with my closest guy friends, they don't know how to do shit. I always got to take pictures for them and pick out the pictures for them so they can look better. But because they have me, not everybody has me, okay? So they don't know how to take pics. They always make their profile look lame. So guys, if you are listening to this, please delete all those weird, quirky photos in your profile. Like, you might think it's funny and cute and represent who you are, but remember, dating apps is like LinkedIn. Okay, you're there for interview. You gotta show the best part of yourself, not like the funniest. Like, we will get to know how funny you are after we have a conversation and after we go out. But don't put those photos in the profile. Like, it's literally not helping. It's not helping. And also, do not post you and a girl together in your profile. Because what does that mean? You're here to date people and you're already with another girl in a picture. Like, I don't care if it's your friend, I'm gonna swipe left. Everybody is gonna swipe left if you post pictures like that. And also, I do not recommend a group photo. Because which one is you, my guy? We don't know what you look like, and there's 3 dudes in the picture. Which one is you? And also, I hate to say this, but it's always the ugly ones. If you know, you know. It's always the ugly one. If there are 3 guys in the photo, it will not be the hottest guy. It is never the hottest one, okay? It's just, that's just the rule. That's just the rule. That's just how it is. However, there's also a huge cons for using dating apps, especially for people like me who are so superficial and only care about the looks. I am trying to fix this, but it's gonna take me some time. However, I do kind of realize, because I care so much about the looks, I tend to swipe left for a lot of people that I know we would get along. Like, I know the vibe is right. They're saying funny stuffs to me. I like the vibe, but because they're not my type, I swipe left. And sometimes I do feel like that is limiting myself because, like I said, guys are normally better looking compared to their pictures, but it's like limiting myself to meet new people whom I know that I might get along with them. Because there's this thing on Hinge where you can send like message before you match with someone. So some guys will write down some joke or like, you know, funny flirty thing, and I sometimes do enjoy them. Like, I find it super funny, hilarious. I think they have put the effort in, you know, for thinking of a joke like this. But because they're not my type, I swipe left, which I think I ended a lot of possibility for myself. So that's like the con for dating apps, because really, what do you know about this person other than their profiles? And like I said, a lot of people don't even know how to make a good profile of themselves. So they don't know how to introduce themselves. And that's the bad thing about dating apps, is that you only see a certain side of people. It's kind of like Instagram, but like, do you get what I mean? So that's the cons of dating apps. But I guess it's just something that you have to get over it, because it's the only way it is, you know? Like, I feel like most dating apps like Bumble and Hinge, they already designed a lot of questions and stuff to make you show more personality on this profile, but really you got to put in the effort. And also, another little advice for the guys out there and the girls out there: don't put like a big ass paragraph in your bio. Like, literally nobody's gonna have time for that. Instead, find some good pictures of yourself. You know, the picture when you're traveling, you in a restaurant, you with the pets, or pictures of you having fun or doing sports. Like, that makes people memorize you and know who you are way quicker than reading some freaking 500 word sentences about yourself. Like, nobody's got time for that, but we always have time for pictures. So yes, another advice from me. And one last little warning for the girls out there who want to try dating apps or have never tried dating apps before. I just find that dating apps tends to lead to a lot of situationships, especially in Taiwan, I feel like. Because like I said, most people are not serious enough to start a relationship when they are using dating apps. So even if they like you or they want to spend more time with you, they might not want to settle down. So it always leads to situationship. At least that's what I have seen for the most part, for like people, you know, my friends and whatever, that tend to happen. So if you are scared of situationship, or you hate it, or you don't want to start another one, be aware of dating apps. Or I think you can draw a line sooner, you know, so like when you go out a date with this dude, and you realize that he wants a situationship because of how unserious the relationship is when it started, that's when you know you can leave. However, I still do kind of believe, like 50% of me believes, that maybe for some people, it is possible to find true love on dating apps. Because sure, I've seen it also, but it only happens when both people have the intention of knowing that they're on dating app for serious stuff. Like, they don't assume that dating apps are only for unserious, fun stuff. They know that they can come here to find something real. I think that's important, you know? When both of you have those intentions, then I think it's easier to make a real relationship happens, even though you're on dating apps. Because like I said, in our generation, it's so easy to meet new people and so easy to ghost them and block them, you know, and move on. Like, swipe right, swipe left. It's so easy to meet new people. So people just tend to keep moving on and find another person. So if you really truly met somebody you like on dating apps, I think it's quite rare. And if you are lucky enough with the other guy having the same intention, then that's where a real relationship begins. So I don't want to be too pessimistic about stuff like this. However, I think it's just important to remind yourself every time you're using it that don't have too much hope on it. Like, just because it's a dating app doesn't mean you're going to get lucky every single time you met people. You know, like, we always meet people that we like and people we dislike. It's kind of like a luck thing. Like, it helps us, but I don't think eventually, is it really gonna solve your problems? I do not think so. I don't think so. And also, this whole episode is about me and I think girls' point of views on dating apps. But I know for men, for guys, it's probably even worse, because I've heard so many guys complain about dating apps about they can never have one match on the app, because I think there are way more guys on dating apps than girls. I have a Korean friend and she told me that the guys on Tinder in Korea are like 90% are dudes. Only 10% are girls. So girls get matches really easily, and not the same thing for dudes. But at the same time, like, Tinder is really for hookups. So I guess it kind of makes sense. But still, I've heard a lot of guys said that it's really difficult to find a match on dating apps. So I don't know. But if we really go back to the problem, you really got to make a good profile is what I'm saying. So finally, back to the point that I've said earlier when we started. I'm just here to tell you how I feel about dating apps. I used to really disapprove for this app. So, like, for example, last year, I deleted everything for a whole year. Like I said, I was on and off. So there were times where I feel like this app is like, I'm addicted. You know, it's always just like swiping and meeting new people. But nothing was real. Nothing lasted for me. So I had some bad intentions and bad thoughts on this app. So I deleted them for a really long time until I went to London, and then I downloaded Hinge back because, okay, it's kind of like a thing for me, but like every time I go to a new country or like a new city, I download dating apps to see how the guys are like, you know, because it's fun to meet new people. That's what I think. And also I'm glad that I downloaded Hinge back because I had some fun dates when I was in London. But it also taught me that because of some of the guys in London and the things they've said, I think I kind of somehow believe that true love might exist on dating apps because of those dudes. So thank you for the guys out there. I think nowadays I have become more neutral to apps like this. Like, I don't let myself be addicted, but it's fun to use it like once in a while. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't get addicted. Don't have high hopes. Just remember to have fun and remember your intention that maybe this is like a new way for your new chapter to start, or for you to meet somebody that you actually like. Like, you never know, right? You never know. So anyways, that's just my thoughts on dating apps. I literally used to hate it. Now I'm like fine with it. It's kind of like an on and off situationship with dating apps. God, it's crazy. But still, I would like to mention it again, like, our society doesn't really approve stuff like this. So guys, just be aware of that, okay, before you start using it. And if you like this episode, make sure to give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Kickbox, wherever you're listening to. And I can't believe we're done with another English episode. Like, it scares me, but we're already at 30 minutes. Oh my God, I've been talking nonstop. Thank you guys so much for the support for 80 episodes. We are looking forward to the 100th one. If you have more things that you want me to talk about or hear me talk about, make sure you DM me on Instagram. And I will see you guys really soon in the next one. I hope you guys have a lovely day or a beautiful night.